It's me, Charity, here at LadyLuckTutorials on YouTube. And today I'm going to be talking about the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream. It came in this box, but I don't know why I'm holding the box. So basically, I'm going to be showing you how I use this concealer, and I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that I've figured out on my own and that the lady at Sephora shared with me. So to get started, I'm just going to spray some rose water on my face. I love spraying this on my face before I do my makeup. I love spraying it on my face after I wash my face at night and remove all my makeup, like right before I go to bed. It just feels so good, and rose water is so good for your skin. So next I'm going to be going in with my Clinique Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief. I'm going to apply this all over. And I'm going to give that a few seconds to sink in. The next thing I'm going to be doing is applying some MAC Prep and Prime. I got a bunch of these samples with some MAC online orders. Now I'm going to be going in with this Covergirl CG Smoothers BB Cream. It has SPF 21, it's a tinted moisturizer and sunscreen, and it is in the color light to medium, and the number is 810. I just don't feel like wearing foundation, so a little BB cream's good. It has just the right amount of coverage. And I'm actually just going to be applying this with my hands, which I know a lot of people look down on. But to me, where it's a BB cream, I feel like I can just apply it like a lotion. So a girl that I know in real life actually suggested this concealer to me on one of my concealer review videos. Her name is Sissy. She's absolutely beautiful. And so she suggested this concealer and the Too Faced Born This Way, but she said she liked this one. So you know what? I took her advice and I went out and bought it. When I was in the Sephora and I was trying it on, I was just using the tester. I had a full face of makeup on, so I had under eye concealer, foundation, and powder. But when I applied it under my under eye, it looked really good. I was like, man, this is full coverage. This is perfect. But because I had other products on already, I noticed within like 15 minutes that my under eye looked really dry. And like I seen a wrinkle under my eye that I had never even noticed before. But I know that was only because I had put it on top of like a bunch of other makeup, so don't hold that against the product. So anyway, I'm really glad that I talked to one of the ladies in Sephora. Guys, when you're going to buy products, don't just buy it. Ask questions, get information. Knowledge is power. Because I had a lot of questions. Is this going to crease? Is it going to make my under eyes look worse? Is it going to make my under eye wrinkles stand out terribly? And she gave me a little advice. She said to use an eyeshadow primer that you would use on your eyelid. She said to use it underneath your eye. That was great advice. However, eyeshadow primers sometimes tend to dry out my upper eyelid. So instead, I chose the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I've had this for a while and I really like it. It hydrates my under eyes really well. And it's also a primer, so that's perfect, right? So this is just how I have been applying this concealer, and it's what has been working for me. Mind you, I'm 30 years old, so you know, my little eye wrinkles are getting more and more visible by the day. So when it comes to choosing a concealer, sometimes it's hard for me. I don't want something that's going to settle in the lines. I don't want something that's going to dry my eye out. I actually tried the Too Faced Born This Way, and it dried my under eye out. It was kind of weird. I don't know if I had an allergic reaction or what. It was a great concealer, but something went wrong. Got a second to dry, and then I'm going to apply this. This formula is super thick and it is super full coverage, which is what I love about it. It comes in this box here. It is called the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream. I actually got the color Light 15 Natural. It's more of like my skin tone instead of a lighter shade. I know you're supposed to do a lighter shade under your eye, but the shade that I thought fit my under eye the best was out of stock, and I really wanted to buy this at that moment. So I went ahead and bought it, and it worked out pretty good. So this is what the packaging looks like. And I love the applicator. I've watched a lot of videos on this product, and one thing that I didn't see a lot of people mention was that this applicator was good for both sides. Like if I wanted to do it this side and then flip it and do my triangle, it almost is like a flexible head, so it moves along with what I'm wanting to do. I didn't see anybody mention that, and I really liked that about this applicator. So I'm going to go ahead and make a triangle. Like I said, this is a thick formula. A little goes a long way, but I want the most coverage underneath my eyes today. So the best way I found to apply this is actually just using my finger. The next best way to apply it would be my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And the third best way would obviously be a beauty sponge. But using your finger is just fine if you do not have any of those tools. Especially just for the first application. And then you can go in with your beauty sponge or your brush and just kind of blend that all out. Another tip for those with under eye wrinkles, look up when you're applying your concealer and get it in those little crinkles, girl. So there you go. I really don't have to put any more on other than that. I do need a little on my top eyelid though, and in my inner corner. And I'm going to use some of this on some of the little boo-boos I have that just need covered. I really like this formula, and I really like this concealer, and I'm so happy that Sissy suggested it to me. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and add a little more, I'm going to do a little demonstration of that for you. Like right here, I always feel like I need the most coverage because of that little line. It is buildable to an extent. You wouldn't want to go overboard with it because it is so thick. But if you want to go over the spots you just covered with just a little bit more product, I think you can get away with it. So yeah, that is my video on how to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I definitely suggest getting some of the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer and applying that first. Another thing I forgot to mention that the lady at Sephora said, she said don't put your foundation under your eye before you put this on. So that's why when I was putting on the BB cream, and if I was putting on foundation, I just focused around everything but my eyes. Because you really don't want to layer it too much with other products. For under your eye anyway. For on your face, you could totally get away with it. Honestly, it's like a thick concealer, but it's not heavy. I feel like I don't have that much on and my skin still feels like it's able to breathe. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure and subscribe to my channel, leave me some comments down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye! So, I went ahead and finished doing my makeup. I put everything on, girl, and I am feeling fly. All of my hair is still wet, but today I'm going to try to let it air dry because I'm so tired of blow drying it every day. So, my under eyes look pretty good, right? Thanks to the Kat Von D, girl. That was an excellent suggestion, sissy. I love it. And I love you for suggesting it.